Hey, hi, hello guys. Welcome to my lecture 14. And onto this lecture, we are going to expose our port of our Docker containers, right? So before I proceed ahead, I'll quickly wrap it up this session in a couple of minutes. But first, we need to understand what a port is and what is the requirement of that particular port. Why we need to expose a particular port, right? So what is a port? You can just understand it with the help of a very sci-fi kind of example. Let's say you are sitting in onto a particular room, and that room contains 10 different doors, right? Starting from Australia, Canada, let's say Delhi, South Africa, America. All these kinds of doors are present over there, and if you open a particular door, you can either go to that particular location, or people from that location can enter to your room, right? If you open the door named as America, you can go to America, and the people from America can enter to your room, right? So it will allow some incoming and outgoing of people. In the same way, these ports also work. They needs to be enabled so that a certain form of communication can be established from one way to another way. Or if somebody wants to access something from onto your computer system, your ports should be exposed. So this is the reason why we need to expose the ports of a Docker container. Why? Because our Docker container is containing our application, and that application needs to go out. Needs to go out means it needs to interact with the internet, right? So that people can access my application which is running onto my Docker port, right? So as we all know that we we normally create our containers onto an EC2 machine. I mean, the way I am doing is that I am creating a container onto my EC2 machine. So we'll be exposing the ports of my Docker container, and I'll be mapping it with my EC2 machine's Docker port. Sorry, EC2 machine's port with a containers port, right? So that if somebody makes a request to my EC2 machine, they can access the application which is running inside the Docker container. So without wasting any time, let's proceed ahead with the demo. So guys, for this, I need to go into my AWS console. And in order to, expose the port of a Docker container, you need to first create a container, right? So for that, we would be using our simple command, old command that we have been using from from the start of our series. So this is the command which is used to create a particular container. So I'll simply write it over here like docker run hyphen itd hyphen main, let's say container2 ubuntu. Ubuntu is the image or the OS /bin/bash, right? So this is the command in which, or with the help of which, you can create a container. Okay, but in onto this particular container, you need to open your ports and you need to map it, because your Docker container is running inside an EC2 machine. So you need to map your ports so that it allows incoming of traffic or outgoing of your traffic, and the person can easily access whatever is running onto your Docker container. So it's very simple. You just need to expose your port by writing -p 80 colon 80. So 80 colon 80 over here are simply implying that this is the port of your local machine or your host machine, and this is the port of your Docker container, right? So by doing -p, we are simply pushing or exposing our Docker port, and we are mapping it with the port of EC2 instance. So in this way, the traffic can come, and we can do some sort of communication, right? So just one command, and you just need to hit enter. So my Docker container got created successfully over here. So my again, the step 2 would be like you need to just enter onto your newly created Docker container, and you need to update it, right? So my container got created successfully, but I need to first update them, and I need to install the Apache, right? So docker ps -a. This will give me the list of all the containers that are in both active and inactive state. So this is the container which I created right now. And see, my previous containers, I did not expose any ports, right? So if my application would have been running onto these containers, they would not be have been working. If you just go and refresh the page with the IP of the EC2 instance, it will not work. But in this case, it will work, and I'll quickly demo you how it will work, right? I hope you guys know what this means. If not, I'll create a separate lecture onto that. Okay, so now I need to go inside my Docker container. So guys, in order to go inside a Docker container, you can do it with the help of this particular command or this particular command. You can use both. I'll prefer the lower one. Here I am now inside my Docker container, and I just need to update it the way we used to update our EC2 instance. So my container is getting updated, and now it got updated successfully. After that, you need to install Apache. Why I am installing Apache? Because I will create a file known as index.html, and I need to show you guys once my Docker ports get exposed, they would be you would be able to access it via internet, right? So I'm living in Asia 6 and 44 would be my Kolkata. I've already given demo how all this is working in my previous lecture, so I hope you guys are not getting confused at this particular point of time, right? So we have covered a step one, that we created a container, and while creating the container we exposed the ports as well, and we mapped it with the EC2 instance port, right? And after that, we are inside our container, we updated it, we installed some Apache server over it, and we are just going to navigate to this particular location and create a file. That's it, right? So we are going to move to this particular location, where here we are, right? So initially I might have created an index.html file. I'll just remove it and I'll create a new one, right? So echo Wick, let's say John Wick. So, and I'll put the contents of this file in index.html. So I hope you guys know what is the importance of this particular symbol. This will simply output all the contents that we have written into index.html file. If I do ls, my index.html file got created. So once my file gets created, you need to just start your Apache server, service, Apache, start, or you can even do restart as well. So here I think your Apache server got started successfully, which means that a Docker container has exposed its port so as to allow incoming traffic. And then if a person simply queries this Docker container, I'll show you how it will be able to see something text like this is John Wick kind of stuff, right? So I'll quickly demo you how it's gonna work. So for that, I need to go to my EC2 instance first. I need to copy the IP of my EC2 instance. So guys, port 80 of this EC2 has been mapped with port 80 of my Docker container, right? I go over here, I put it over here, just hit enter. This is Wick, John Wick, right? So we have done this lab successfully. I hope you guys won't be having any doubt. If you do have, you can ask me in the comment section. And another thing that I wanted to demo to you guys is that if if I simply exit it from over here and I try to hit enter, it will not work. Why? Because we have exited our Docker container, right? So in order to make this work again, you need to again go inside your Docker container. Yes. So first of all, you need to start because I exited it, so it stopped. So Docker start your container. Then go inside your container with the help of this command. Please note it down, those who do not know Docker attach container to. I think the service again needs to be restarted. So service Apache to start. So I've demoted you again or twice, so it is working fine as of now. So this is the reason why we expose the ports of our Docker, because our Docker container was containing this application which was working onto this particular URL. This is the IP of my EC2 instance on which I have configured or installed Docker, right? So the ports have been mapped, and whatever the request is going on to this particular IP or the IP of this EC2 instance, it will simply allow you to access the application running inside the Docker container. So this is not, I have not created it onto my EC2 instance. This is running inside the Docker. So this application has been Dockerized, you can see, right? So this was all about this particular lecture. If you guys have any issues or uh, queries, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy my lecture. Thanks a lot.